And today we take you to a mysterious region in southern Siberia. An ancient land, the vast steppes of Hakas have many treasures not fully discovered by the outside world, but it's oblivion that may have actually helped preserve this land and its raw savagery. And as artist Oksana Boyko found out, even the stones have magical powers.
Hakas has wonderful and very diverse landscapes, but what strikes you the most is the amount of all those ancient monuments that are scattered around. Wherever you go in Hakas, you see those countless burial sites that still hold secrets of the earlier civilizations. Now, people in Hakas believe that this land was the site of the first state in Asia called Dinlingo. It was also mentioned in Chinese chronicles and left behind enormous cultural heritage that still attracts researchers from across the world. An ancient symbol of life at the gate to a burial site, and a giant replica phallus as an emblem of the small people. Hakas is a land of paradoxes, unpredictable like the weather in the steppes, yet absorbing and authentic like the songs of the wind. This land has never been rich enough to grow gardens, yet fertility is its main deity. Culturally, historically, but first and foremost, humanly. This statue of a pregnant woman dates back 4,500 years. Generations came and went, but she stood firm at this very place, listening to people's prayers. A legend has it that the woman turned into stone when she saw her husband and her son murdered, but her heart was left beating, so till this day she's believed to be helping women unable to get pregnant to enjoy the beauty of motherhood. There's a special ritual of asking the mother statue for a child. You have to circle it 3 times clockwise, then offer her some dairy products. And wait for your bundle of joy 9 months later. Hakas is home to countless burial mounds, most of which have long been raided, yet the republic itself still remains an almost untouched depository of ancient history and culture. It was this primeval beauty that brought Leonid Yeremin here a quarter of a century ago.
Hakas captivated me from the first time I saw it. It's a place that's one of a kind.
Historians by training and conviction, Leonid and his wife now reside in a small Hakas village. Bent on reviving the traditional culture, they opted for a yurt instead of a house, though their modest income has extended the construction over 8 years. But they say the efforts are more than worthwhile, as even simple gardening here often leads to an archaeological discovery.
Look what I found. A piece of pottery. I think it's censer.
Yeah, I think it's the Bronze Age. We find a lot of artifacts here. People have always lived here, so 3,000 years is no time at all for Hakas.
This stone has been standing in this valley for at least 4 millennia. And even in Soviet times, when the campaign against pagan beliefs was at its peak, people never stopped coming here in hope of curing their ailments. The stone has 2 sides, the male one from the south and the female one from the north. It feels very comfortable, very warm, and locals say that even in winter times when it's minus 25, minus 30 degrees Celsius outside, this stone retains its warmth. The stone's healing powers could have been cast off as fallacy if it wasn't for multiple documented evidence of health improvement. Yet, as Leonid says, there is no mystery. It is just that the line between science and superstition in Hakas is very slim.
This stone stands in the center of a geopathogenic zone with a strong electric field. Geologists say that right below the stone lie copper deposits that can accumulate static electricity, which may have a positive impact on the human body.
An old Hakas proverb says one who's never climbed a mountain knows no good. And that just as well goes for this land of beautiful mountains and plentiful goodness. Now, unfortunately, back in Soviet times, the native Hakas culture wasn't much appreciated. In fact, the Soviet authorities embarked on a notorious campaign of rooting out superstitions and pagan beliefs, and people were very much discouraged from following these old rituals, and some of those ancient stones were either destroyed or removed. But after the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Hakas culture has seen a real renaissance, and to talk more about that, we are now joined by Alevtina Chaptikova, a local resident, and as you can see by her costume, a very proud bearer of the traditions of her natives. Now, Alevtina, if I can ask you about this replica of an old stone that we can see behind us, as far as I know, it represents the way Hakas people saw the world.
Yeah, you are right, because in fact you can see three layers there, symbolizing three worlds: the upper world, the middle world, and the lower world. The part of the middle world is rather short because in fact we are all guests here, and it is short. The upper world just symbolizes heavens. The lower world symbolizes everything that is bad, just in our life.
Unfortunately, we have to leave it here, but please join us again for more stories from this wonderful land of